So you got an IRS notice. What does that mean? Well, for most of us, it means you're terrified on your way back from the mailbox. In reality, what it can mean is something as simple as a data mismatch with the IRS, meaning something that an employer filed on your W-2 or maybe a broker or a bank filed on a 1099 didn't necessarily match up with what was on your tax return. There's lots of different kind of notices. The most common is called a CP 2000. What that means is something that the IRS had filed by a third party doesn't necessarily match what's on your tax return. Most of those are simple to fix. It's a simple matter of sending the IRS a documentation in reply to their letter, and usually that'll take care of the problem. If there is in fact missing income, say you forgot, $200 in interest from your bank, they will be kind enough to include an invoice with that letter saying, hey, we have this notice from JP Morgan, or 1099 from JP Morgan, you got $200 in interest. Please send us tax of, $16 or whatever on that. If you agree and you, in fact, did not include that income, just write them a check, send back a copy of the CP 2000 notice to the address indicated on that notice with the check. If that did not happen, if you get a notice and you don't agree with it, you can check box B on a CP 2000 notice and reply back saying, hey, I don't agree and here's why. In the normal course of things, the IRS will get back to you in a month or 6 weeks. Ever since COVID-19 hit, wait times have been staggering. A month, 2 months, most cases 9 months or more than a year. More than a year, I said, to get a reply back from the IRS. Now, when you get a notice from the IRS, there's a couple different things you should look for. CP in front of the letter, like a CP 2000, a data mismatch notice, means computer program. That's a computer notice. No human being has processed something and decided to send John Smith or Joe Smith or Jane Smith a letter. A CP notice indicates that there was a computer program and you got caught in an iteration of computer programming. It decided to send you a letter. And it'll send you a second letter and a third letter and finally a fourth or fifth letter saying, hey, there's a notice of intent to levy. And if you get to one of those, then you need to take some serious action. A lot of times you might think, hey, I'll call them on the phone, get it worked out. A lot of times you're on the phone with the IRS more than 2 hours now in early 2022, just because they're so backed up from COVID-19 stuff. So you might not be able to get through in time before you have a lien or a levy issued against you. So what you want to do is file for a collection due process hearing, which means, hey, IRS, this is an error. I can't pay this. I don't have the money to pay this. I want to talk to an appeals officer. That's called a collection due process hearing. Generally, it's beyond the scope of what most taxpayers can handle themselves. Recommend you hire a tax professional if you get a notice of lien or a notice of intent to levy. That's what we do here at Tax Defense Ohio. We'd be happy to help you with those kind of things. Unfortunately, we can't do it free. We have to charge. But that's something that you really want to get taken care of because they will put a lien on your property or they will levy your bank account if they say they're going to. So that's just the overview of the different kind of IRS notices you might get. If you get a final bill there's an appeal time to the U.S. tax court, you want to pay that right. You want to either pay that right away or do an appeal, hire a tax professional to appeal that to the tax court if you don't believe you owe it. Because after that time period goes, and if you do not appeal it to tax court, you're stuck owing that money. You're stuck owing that money. So that's just the basic overview of IRS notices and what they mean and what they do. Got any questions? Give us a call at Tax Defense Ohio, 614-524-4888, or reach out taxdefenseohio.com. Thanks.